Hello, and we are at the halfway point, day 15, elevating the conversation to business impact. Cybersecurity does not live in a silo. It touches everything from reputation to revenue, and it touches absolutely every single aspect of an organization. Today, you're going to learn how to connect your solution to the metrics that executives actually care about: cost, uptime, growth, trust, and risk. When you shift from tech talk to business impact, you stop sounding like an average security vendor and start being seen as a strategic partner. Because decision makers don't invest in protection, they invest in progress. If you keep talking tech, you're going to stay stuck with IT. Real deals happen when you talk like the boardroom. And consequently, the more business speak you can do and handle well, the higher up the food chain you will be and the people you will work with. If you speak business, you'll get to business leaders. If you speak tech, you'll be stuck in the tech. So for today, executives don't buy tools, they buy outcomes. If your message revolves around alerts, dashboards, and threat vectors, the decision makers are going to tune out. You sell cybersecurity, but your buyer buys continuity, liability protection, and business growth. They ask themselves things like, how does this affect my revenue? Will this slow my team down or speed them up? Can this protect my public image and customer trust? So our goal today is to reposition cybersecurity as a business accelerator, not just an IT function or a cost center. By speaking to real consequences and opportunities, you give your buyer a reason to act now, not later. If the system went down tomorrow, what would stop working in your business? These are the kinds of things that keep executives up at night. So today, for our mindset shift, we're going to go and say to ourselves out loud, I don't just protect systems, I protect growth, time, and trust. Growth, time, and trust. That's a really big deal. You're not just in security. You're in the business of stability, credibility, and most of all, momentum. So for a tactical move today, we're going to tie every single feature to a financial reputation impact. So I'm going to give you some examples of that today. Here's an example. This isn't just about your endpoint protection. It's about keeping your customer-facing team online and effective. Another way of saying it is, this report doesn't just check a compliance box. It protects your biggest client from walking. Man, that's huge, especially with these government contractors who have to be compliant or they'll lose rather large contracts. This tool isn't here to generate alerts. It's here to protect your brand from becoming a headline. Boom. Here's a few bonuses for you. You might want to ask an executive-minded question, like, what would this downtime cost in sales? If you were just down for a week, and your clients couldn't get a hold of you and your salespeople couldn't work. What's the true cost of that? What's your top client worth to your business, and what's the risk of losing them if you were to have a breach? What's the cost there, right? I mean, there's a real cost. You don't even have to ask them. They know that there's a cost there. How would a public security gap affect your next funding round or board update? I know that boards are starting to ask questions about cyber. This is a great time to get your organizations that have boards, let them know that you'll educate them in a way that they can educate the board, which will help them get budget and get the help that they need to keep going. Here's a little example for you of something that happened. A rep was speaking with a COO who kept pushing cybersecurity to later. Next quarter. She asked, what's the cost of even one day where your quoting system or CRM is down? The COO replied, tens of thousands, maybe more. Well, she followed up. Well, that's what this service protects. Not just your data, but your momentum. They signed that week. The thing about cyber is it's always waiting in the wings. Again, we don't fearmonger, but the reality is that there are more hackers than there are security professionals, to the nth degree. And now with AI and bots, absolutely everyone is a target. So our challenge today is to open your 15-day worksheet, and we're going to write down our business level pitch. So an example is going to be, this isn't just about phishing filters. It's about making sure your team isn't the weakest link in a 6-figure opportunity. So that would look like, this isn't just about our tool. It's about protecting your growth, uptime, trust, liability, so your business keeps moving forward. When you elevate the conversation, you elevate your value. Buyers don't want software. They want certainty. And today, you're the one offering it. So with that, go ahead and get your worksheet on, and we'll see you tomorrow.